transports.
Take me.
Time's ready to go?
How many?
The waters seem unsettled.
Some treacherous, unscrupulous.
Greetings. Much has changed.
Who are these strangers?
Dry ones.
How dreadful.
They drove off the lumberjacks and many were slain. They carry off our kin. The water lords are angry. Only the druids dare remain in the grove.
Anything else while I was away?
A great battle between a man with a fiery soul and an elven lord.
Who won?
Our lords were victorious. Praise be to them!
May I ask a question?
What?
I heard you're having problems.
Yes, but we have another problem.
Speak, Vesca.
Bandits with salamander badges are forcing my kin to gather herbs.
That's very interesting.
They separate our kin into groups. Armed guards watch them.
Where are they?
I saw one group by the fallen tower. Please help them. I'll reward you. Their boss, Roland Bleinheim, is an evil man. Kill him.
I'll do just that.
Aminum qual e...
I'll make you squeal. Regret the day you were born. Mess with me and die.
Just in time.
Return home.
May you never suffer drought.
What do you know about Salamandra?
They forced us to gather herbs, make fistek. One group hides in the cave near the old logging area.
Salamandra is involved in the drug trade? Thanks. Return home.
Regret the day you were born. I'll make you squeal. mess with me and die.
Nothing to do.
No, I came on my own. You're free.
Hear that, everyone? We're going home.
Before you go, tell me what you know about Salamandra.
They held us at a camp. One group may be by the old logging area.
Thank you.
The messenger of the Lords lifted me from my knees and
Are you the brickmaker's lost child?
I sat on foreign shores, crying and remembering my fatherland.
So neither druids nor dryads kidnapped you.
Blessed be he who wields a sword against my enemies.
Okay. Hurry home.
Who is above the Lords?
Right. I'll be going.
You dare challenge the Salamandra!
Come on, squeal. You'll regret the day you were born.
You're free.
We wish to reward you.
What is Salamandra doing in the swamp?
They're based at the former non-humans camp. You'd need an army to drive them out.
Thanks, I'll remember that.
What was that?
What?
I found your missing child.
I thank you, White Wolf.
He's hard to understand.
It has been said, whosoever understands the Lords will be solitary among the crowd, for their thoughts flow like the deep waters.
So he's supposed to be that way.
From a drowned woman born, he shall lead those who walk the Lord's path to the underwater kingdom.
I'm glad to help.
What?
I freed all the brickmakers. They confirmed Salamandra's evil deeds.
I thank you for your bravery. If you are to destroy the bandits, seek the Hierophant in the grove. The druids are watching Salamandra.
I'll do that.
I know how best to reward you. I bestow upon you the Water Lord's blessing. You may bathe in the holy waters of the swamp and rejoice.
I feel truly honored for who is greater than the Water Lords?
What?
Tell me about
The man with the fiery soul came with his steel-clad brother. The one who steps lightly through shadow and whose heart is consumed by hatred went to face them. They met in a terrible, savage battle, staining the waters red. Who won, you ask? The fire or the shadow? My answer is neither.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
Inwed streda kemu en kerme. What is it?
Aren't those
Why
How did you
tamed
any act?
only the...
I see.
Any other?
Farewell.
The circle. Inwed streda kemu en kerme. Welcome.
Greetings.
Do my eyes play tricks? Is it Geralt, the famed White Wolf?
Indeed. How do you know me?
I've heard about you from our friend Mousesack.
I lost my memory and don't remember Mousesack.
A pity. Perhaps I can help, if you stay for a few years.
I must attend to urgent matters.
Yes.
Greetings, Honorable Hierophant. Vasca said you might be able to help with the bandits wearing salamander badges.
Welcome, White Wolf. I know what brings you here. I have heard it in the wind and seen it through animal eyes.
You know?
You battle Salamandra, and have saved many from Salamandra's experiments. You cannot enter their secret base. It is too well guarded, even for you.
Can you help?
Possibly. Their leader wants us to use nature's magic for his purposes. I'll propose a meeting where our chances will be even.
What can I do?
Bring me a psilocybe mushroom. They grow in a cave guarded by cockatrices. I will create a potion to entice the salamanders to meet us. When we meet the salamander leader, I'll help your fight.
And why do we need this mushroom?
The salamanders want a more potent version of their drug. For this, I need the... If I send them a sample, they will suspect...
We have mutual friends?
You might say so. My former poker partner, Mousesack, mentioned you. It has been a while since we last met.
I play, so we might sit down to a game sometime.
When you've had some practice for some real... Inwed streda kemu en kerme.
Kedmil Wolf, a pleasure to see you.
How's everything with you?
We suffocate in the shackles placed upon us by our human oppressors.
I'm not one of your zealots, Yavin.
I jest, though there's truth in what I say. But we defeated the Order in the swamp and are gradually emerging from the forests.
You don't stand a chance in open battle.
We shall see. But we will not back down now.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you with your elves?
The Druid's Grove acts as a sanctuary where I can quietly think, lay plans. My going to Vizima presents an unnecessary risk. Part of the unit inside Vizima is accomplishing plenty.
Have any jobs for me?
I have a mission for you. One not entirely related.
Yavin, cut to the chase.
We have learned that the ruins of an elven temple have been found in the sewers beneath Vizima. Not surprising given the city was erected on elven foundations. We think Lara Dora may have been there, and may have left something behind.
Who?
You will learn everything if you agree to help. I sent a unit there, but
I'll see what I can do.
Wonderful.
I'd be interested to hear about Lara.
Lara Doran, Ep Sheerdal was an elven sorceress, an N7, a knowing one. She carried Hen Iker, elder blood, which puzzles even us elves. As fate would have it, Lara fell in love with a human sorcerer, Cregennan of Lod. Other humans could not bear it, and began persecuting them. They became outcasts, shunned by all around them. No pleas would soften the stone hearts of the cruel and merciless Dwan. When Lara, begging mercy not for her but for her unborn child, grabbed the door of the royal carriage, at the king's behest a man-at-arms lashed out with his cutlass, severing her fingers. She fled the city, sought shelter in a forest. When night descended and the frosts came, Lara faded on a hill amidst the trees. She gave birth to a daughter whom she protected with what warmth remained in her waning body. Though a blizzard raged through the night, spring suddenly appeared on that hill, and Fenawed bloomed. Now those flowers grow only in Dol Blathana, and where Lara breathed her last. You must understand the importance of any artifacts. She was exceptional, someone whose loss defies words no matter what the language.
Why do you hate humans?
Why? I assume you don't mean ideology and the like, and you would rather hear some dark secret from deep within my soul.
You assume correctly.
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
Agreed.
I once lived in a city among humans. I was honest and courteous, respected all their ridiculous customs and laws. Assimilation. I lived that word for years, and during that time I was cheated, sneered at, on occasion beaten and robbed. I felt no hatred for humans. In fact, I felt better than them. I told myself they were simply incapable of controlling their weaknesses, their flaws. I was robbed 3 times as often as others. Racist slogans were painted on my door in excrement. For years I wondered why. Was I doing something wrong? What could I do to bring peace to my life? And you know what I came to understand?
No, but I'm sure you'll tell me.
I was doing nothing wrong. I'd been lying to myself from the outset. Just as the moon will never catch the sun, so humans will never change. They will remain egotistical, envious, petty and fearful of anything they don't understand. And believe me, there's plenty. Matters proceeded quickly thereafter, but that's another story.
Now you resemble humans.
No, Geralt, definitely not. And you, Witcher? Who are you? You too have experienced human ignorance and hatred.
But I feel no contempt for them. I don't look down on them, and I don't generalize. Humans are how they are, and I'll make no effort to change or fight them. I'll adapt. Evolution, Yevon.
Evolution makes no allowance for sterile mutants. No offense. Think about it, Geralt.
Why do you hate humans? You agreed.
I for you.
No, but
I was. They will.
now you.
No.
I'm as much an outcast as you.
I'm glad you understand what.
Farewell.
Good sir. Do you need...
I had to come here.
What's wrong?
I can't bring myself to say it.
You seem distressed and scared. Maybe I can help, but you'll have to tell me what's wrong.
My man... He's sick. I have to help him before it's too late. He's a werewolf, and I don't want him killed.
Werewolves are tough to kill, and witchers don't always kill monsters. Whenever possible, we lift curses and spells. How are you planning to help him?
Fat Sophie told me the druids may have a potion I could buy.
That's possible.
Witcher?
The swamp's too dangerous. I'll ask the druids for medicine for you.
Thank you. I'll wait at home. The building opposite the tavern in the slums.
The woodcutters have abandoned their clearing, stood up to the salamanders which grew. What is it?
I come on behalf of a woman whose beloved transforms into a werewolf. She wishes to find a cure.
You're a witcher. You should know how to treat lycanthropy.
I may have known once, but I can no longer recall the method.
I know several cures for lycanthropy, though I've not put any to the test myself.
What of a magical cure? An elixir?
I know not how to prepare one. You should question an experienced alchemist. I have heard a shirt made with fool's parsley may help.
Really?
Yes. Gather 5 leaves of fool's parsley and tell the woman to weave them into a shirt. Then her lover should wear it for the night.
Thanks for the advice.
There is also one folk remedy. I'm embarrassed to mention it, but it is said pure unconditional love changes beasts into men.
I'll remember that too.
Remember this. Lycanthropy is a disease that penetrates ever deeper. Before endeavoring to remove the curse, you must make sure the werewolf is still a man at heart.
Why?
If he is not, he'll continue the slaughter, even once cured, remain nothing more than a monster.
I see. I'll try to learn the werewolf's identity.
Yes?
What do you think of this?
I'm uninterested in political conflicts. The druids prevail because we possess nothing that kings covet. They, in turn, know we pose no threat to their power.
They may disapprove of you sheltering Scoia'tael.
We help all those in need as long as they respect our customs. The elves respect and understand nature.
And humans do not.
Not all, sadly. Rivers near cities are befouled with waste. Once great forests are logged without restraint. Animals that once thrived have become scarce.
I see.
Yes?
Farewell.
Wind.
What is... What was that recipe? A double dose of hellebore and a dash of chopped fool's parsley? Yes, this potion might prove useful.
Why did you give me a potions formula?
You aid the brickmakers. I thought you could use the assistance. It's called the Willow and will raise your resistance to being stunned and confused. Very useful when you deal with brickmakers.
Thanks.
What is it? Hierophant has returned. I'm certain he wishes to speak. The circle of power renders the sway. The woodcutters have abandoned their... In wed spreader kin, wed in
Take me to the
Time is...
I would.
Nasty weather.
Can't see a thing.
When will this rain stop?
Never seen anything stranger than that freak. My balls.
A real downfall. Greetings.
The Hierophant revealed the cure for lycanthropy, but I must know your beloved's name.
I'll not betray my man's identity. I'd rather he stay a werewolf.
Let's hope your loyalty isn't his doom.
Only my man is important now.
Rich boy. You like shit?
I know Tala. So
Looking
think
for adventure.
before doing anything counts.
Damn, what a freak.
Has rained hard lately.
Everything's getting wet. I left the laundry drying.
Look out.
I'm here about the...
You look like a warrior.
Certainly.
Bring their thorns as proof. Look.
Only my man is important now.
Made up.
5 or...
Pain in my chest. One.
Bye.
Yeah?
What's your real name?
Hella, but that's too common.
Farewell.
Yes?
Looking for adventure?
Some bread, my lord?
Another.
What's your problem?
Just warning you. Do as Berengar did, and you'll get what you deserve.
Wrong neighborhood. Non-humans live elsewhere. Wrong neighborhood. Non-humans live elsewhere.
It rains and it pours. Oh, when will this rain
Bye.
It rains and it pours.
Depends on what's to drink and with whom.
I'm not just anyone. I'm Yamo Ryboozer.
That's Tamarian Rye vodka on the table.
No thanks. Take care.
The guards have been thick on the ground.
Ugh, how can they drink this? What is it anyway?
I suppose it's wine.
Wine? Couldn't pass for wine's stepbrother.
So what is it?
Ugh, diluted dog's piss. Thus, I come here rarely.
I thought this was the only tavern around.
I live in the trade quarter, but the inns there are closed. Want to earn some coin?
You mentioned you might have a job for me. Care to elaborate?
I know where to find fine spirit, but it requires a sword to get it.
You need a warrior to have a drink?
I know a place with 100-year-old wine from Toussaint.
What's the catch?
The wine cellar is in a house where monsters now haunt.
It'll cost 200 orens.
Deal. I'll return here at midnight.
Where's the house?
Take the gate leading to the dike. On the right, it leads to the canal. The house is on the left. Yes?
You wanted wine.
Still waiting.
I'll finish the...
Yeah?
Got a minute?
What's eating you?
Nothing.
Yes?
Farewell.
No missions for you.
Got coin for a brew?
Yes?
Farewell.
Yes?
I fancy.
Bye.
I'm so.
What's your...
Hella.
Farewell.
This is our territory. Run.
Has it rained hard?
Around that corner. Something moved. Likely monsters again. against earthly enemies.
Who the hell are you? Didn't I see you speaking to Yavin at the camp?
Yavin sent me to see what happened to you.
A witcher? We're lucky you came.
Meaning?
We're after elven artifacts. Got into the temple, but once there, I felt a terrible cold and heard a cry. One of my people exploded. Then something attacked another of my companions. Only those you see here survived. Slay that thing, whatever it is. You'll be generously rewarded.
I'll try.
Perhaps the Witcher can manage it.
Witcher, you alive?
That was worth more than you can imagine.
Yavin will pay your price.
Interesting. We found nothing.
Thanks, and farewell.
Kedmil, thank you for your help, Wolf.
My payment?
300 orens. And forget what you saw, Dwan.
Let's leave these nasty sewers.
Farewell.
Half the units disappeared. Cries came from that breach in the wall.
Master Witcher!
What, boy?
The bank's been robbed! Master Velerad said we should fetch a Witcher!
What's going on?
Follow me, Master Geralt!
Steel shall ring against steel! Damn, it's hot in this thing.
Die, shit-eater! Who roams at night?
Geralt, Witcher.
Carry a pass, Witcher?
Yes.
This letter allows you to enter Vizima, not to roam at night.
A pass, and I'll slay every Kikimor I find.
Deal. Good luck, Witcher.
Thanks, officer.
The sky...
What's happening?
Armed robbers have taken over the bank and are holding hostages. Siegfried's leading the assault.
Always the hero.
Geralt, they need support.
Fine, I'll help.
Good luck.
Could use it.
I'm sleepy. I want to see it. Enough play for this.
Mark the archers. Witcher?
I've come to pull you out.
What, right?
Velerad sent me.
That makes us allies.
Got a plan?
We'll try another entrance.
Let's do it.
Pull back! Pull back!
Morphin, stop!
I just one.
Morphin, stop!
I shall cut you, hairy ape!
Mark the archer.
I've come.
What, right?
Velerad.
That makes us.
Got a plan.
We'll try another.
Let's do it.
Pull back! We'll go through the back of the town hall.
Let's go.
We're in! Onward!
Is it true you wish to negotiate, Dwan?
Dwan? Dwan? Who is this Dwan they're incessantly going on about?
It means human, Siegfried. Yes, we're here to negotiate.
With terrorists? Never!
Blood Dwan.
We're not here to fight, Siegfried.
Why else? To be ambushed and killed?
This can be settled without anyone else getting harmed.
If you must speak with terrorists, do it alone.
So be it.
I shall remember this, Witcher.
No one move! No one move! Blooded one! Blooded one!
What are you doing here?
I'm here to negotiate.
I'm no good at negotiating.
Meaning?
Yavon's downstairs.
I shall cut you, hairy ape! You shall die, human!
My brother, my kin. Fate has torn us asunder. From two opposing ramparts we face death's thunder.
This is no time for poetry.
The forests cry, the earth wails, the world trembles in fire. Behind two hostile ramparts stand you and I.
The knights will be here any minute.
In my dreams at night, and in day before mine eyes, the one that never died from our blood will rise. Do you know what I'm talking about, Witcher?
Yavin.
Erelyn. You know the story of Erelyn, Witcher?
I don't.
2 centuries ago she led us into battle, a beautiful, honorable battle. She was slain by humans, but the vision of her has never died. The white rose of Sherowed blooms still.
We needn't be enemies.
That's true. Help us, and no one else will be hurt.
Is your head on straight, Yavin? Why would I help you?
Oh, stop deceiving yourself, Geralt. You're a mutant. Humans treat you like a necessary evil at best. Fighting for them, you fight against yourself and all the elder races. You expect gratitude from them. You expect them to call the dogs off and stop throwing stones at you. They'll show no mercy and slay you the first opportunity they get.
I don't think so.
The Scoia'tael are freedom fighters. Do you understand what that means? This is a struggle for survival, for equal rights, for what is due to all living beings.
All?
Yes, all. Even humans. And that in spite of their being no more sophisticated than pigs and cows. Just think what awaits the world when they finally succeed in destroying all that is beautiful and good. Do you wish to live in that world? We are the alternative. We have no desire to destroy the human race. We just want to survive.
Yavin, I've heard enough today about war, about the survival of a race. Picture this, I do not want to get involved.
Ah, the famous neutrality. A little late for that. You should have stayed outside. You must choose now.
I'm not about to slay humans in the name of some vague philosophy. Lay down your arms and maybe you can save what remains of your unit.
You're a traitor and a fool!
You chose wisely.
Siegfried, what are you doing here? You shouldn't.
No time to explain. Yavin is escaping into the sewers. We're in.
Is it true?
Duan.
It means
With blood.
we're not here.
Why else?
This can
If you must.
so
I shall.
What are you?
I'm here to negotiate.
I'm no
meaning.
David.
I detest
Mother,
you.
stop!
This is no
The forest.
the night
In my
Yave
error.
I don't
Who's
we need
that's
is you
Oh, you
I don't
the score.
all
Yes, do you?
Yave
Ah, you.
don't expect me to tap
I expect nothing more. Sorry, no time to celebrate.
what monsters.
Our mission was to find documents that would allow Vivaldi to recover his bank. Only right, wouldn't you say? Yet we find ourselves trapped. Kikimore's blocking our escape. We plan to flee through the sewers.
I'll see what I can do.
Go, White Wolf. Look out! The Kikimores are everywhere.
Strange. Kikimore's outside their nest.
Something's not right here, Witcher.
I'll clear the passage.
those Kikimors come from?
There are more Kikimors in the passage.
Maybe we should negotiate.
There are more Kikimors in the passage. Problem solved. That little foray was impressive.
All in a day's work. I hope my help doesn't go to waste.
I'll get the documents to Vivaldi. Maybe he can take the bank back.
Good luck, Yevon.
If you ever need me, ask Vivaldi. Thanks. I won't forget your assistance.
Sure you're not...
But?
Well, I'd like you to spend...